Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Before we get started, be sure to give this video a like and consider subscribing. On today's video, we're going to be installing a Greddy air duct and a Greddy oil pan baffle plate on my GR86. So in case you guys are wondering, we are obviously not at the usual spot where we put in all our services and parts on my cars. So we're actually at my work right now, just because since we do have a lift, it's very easy to install parts and do maintenance on the car. So I might as well kill two birds with one stone and do it here. So for only tonight, we're actually going to install the Greddy air duct, just because I found out that I got the wrong oil, so that's going to have to be pushed back later in the next couple weeks. But for tonight, we're still going to install that Greddy air duct, and I'll show you guys what we're going to do. So just in case if you guys missed what we installed on my GR86, we put on the new Apexi N-Wood Extreme Evolution exhaust dual tip with the titanium tips. Other than that, if you go look inside the interior, we went ahead and installed, of course, Apexi shift knob. And if you guys follow my Instagram and keep up with my stories, we went ahead and installed an Apexi full suction tube and an Apexi oil filter cap. So if it's not obvious, you guys, we're definitely putting more Apexi parts on this car just because the quality and the builds of Apexi products, I'm just in love with them, and I just want to get more just because they look the best, and not too many people know about it or have these parts. So the whole point of it is just to stand out. So what we're going to be doing, you guys, is pretty much there is a factory air duct that comes on these cars. Now it's right before the intake box here. So this little tube right here, or this little rectangular shape, is actually the air duct that we're going to be replacing. So pretty much there is one that's inside this bumper here that we're going to have to remove, and it just pops out, and the new one just slides back in. There will be some modifications that needs to be done for the foam piece that sits inside the bumper in order for this intake tube to fit properly, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Alright, so it just so happens we actually have an extra foam piece that sits on the bumper that is already cut out to spec for the new air duct. Alright, so pretty much, you guys, this little cutout right here just sits right over this guy just like that, so that way it fits better. Alright, so here is the Greddy air duct that we got recently. If you guys can't tell, this is actually a used Greddy air duct that we got from a local deal off Facebook Marketplace. This guy was super helpful, and he gave me a good deal on this, and I just couldn't pass it up. So really happy that we got our hands on it. Alright, so Aaron, if you're watching this, thank you so much, and it was really cool meeting you. I will definitely use this Greddy air duct for good use. So big shout out to Aaron, everyone. Thanks again. Alright guys, so before we take off the bumper, let's go ahead and get this car racked up with the power editing. Alright guys, so I'm just following this YouTube guide that I found online. So it looks like for starters, we're going to have to take off this little trim piece that's on the top of the bumper. Pretty much it's 10mm bolts with some little clips on here. Now we're going to move on to the next step. Alright guys, so we are underneath the bumper now, so we're going to actually have to take off a few clips, one all around the bumper to the other side, and then we'll go from there. Now we're at the side of the bumper, so there's usually a couple clips here, 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 and one at the bottom right here. So we're going to go ahead and move all that, and for the side marker light right here, we just have to unplug it. Afterwards, we just peel this back and expose more parts. So we're going to do that for both sides. Okay guys, so the final part is, after those guys, we just have to unclip the clips underneath the headlights, and I believe the ones in the front area, I'm not too sure exactly, are off the corner of the bumper or on the side right next to the side marker. So let's go ahead and just start prying it off. Alright guys, so we have finally got the bumper off. It's just chilling right over there on the side. But this is actually the first time that I'm actually seeing the GR86 without its front bumper. So just pretty standard stuff here, nothing super crazy. But the thing that we want to pay attention to is this long tube that connects to this air box right here, because that's what we're going to be focusing on today and replacing. Now for the foam piece that we took off, it legit just fell off as soon as I just put a finger on it. So literally the foam is held by these two factory holes right over here. So obviously we got to find the directions on putting in the Greddy air duct tube, because when I got the part there was no directions, but I'm pretty sure I could find it. Worst case scenario, we'll just eyeball it. So let me go ahead and just search the web really quick and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm on the Greddy website right now, and these are legit the only directions because it's a pretty easy install. So besides taking off the bumper, literally the only thing that we have to do is take off this bolt here, and I believe this guy just slides out, because when I look over at the photo, like there's only 2 bolts that are mounted to this air duct, and when we take a look at the Greddy one, so this actually sits behind that foam bumper piece that we got earlier. So pretty much this should just be a direct fit in place, so there shouldn't be too much modifications. But if you do have the OEM foam piece to go right here, you will have to cut it. But luckily for me, it's already been pre-cut thanks to Aaron. But let's go ahead and start taking off this factory air duct. Okay guys, so just a little wiggle and this thing just slides out no problem, and just 2 10mm bolts that we just had to remove. Besides that, I got both of the air ducts compared next to each other. So right off the bat, I noticed for the bolts that are being secured by these guys, they're actually bushings, so I don't know if we have to transfer these guys over. However, I just want to talk about the big difference that the stock airflow box compared to has to this air duct tube from Greddy. So literally it is mounted this way if you were standing in front of the bumper, and this is the only suction part that's actually getting in the air, so it's coming from the side. Now for the Greddy one, this is actually going to go legit right on the grill where all the airflow is going to be coming in, and it's pretty much an enter at the bottom, goes up over the bumper and into the air box itself. So I'm expecting to see a huge difference in airflow, but also I heard really good things about the induction noises. So let's go ahead and mount this on and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I don't know if this actually came with the kit since I got this used, but I got this clip with this little small aluminum bracket with this bolt that we're going to mount to the factory spot where the old factory box was going to be at. So we just have to line this guy up, put the bolt in, and it should just be direct fit. Alright guys, so for this bolt here, it's not going to go anywhere, but there is this, and that's not going to do. So I'm going to see if I can try to put some like gasket that's around this clip right here, or possibly find something else that I can use, because this is definitely going to rattle and hit against the bumper. That's something I definitely don't want. And just to be safe too, I'll probably put something behind here to make it a little bit more cushiony. So we're going to do that. Okay guys, she's not pretty, but we've made it work for now. Pretty much what I did is I wrapped up this bracket with some electrical tape just so it's not super rattly, just more comfortable, more snug. I also put some electrical tape on the back because this plastic is rubbing against this bumper here. I didn't have any foam tape at the moment, but we'll take care of that later down the line. But for now, it just pretty much hangs like this, and it just sits right inside the airbox just like so. So nothing super crazy. So all we got to do now, you guys, is put the bumper back on, start it up, and then we can go for a test drive. But that's actually going to have to wait just because it is actually raining the next couple of days. So you guys will have to find out as soon as it's sunny on my day off. So I will go ahead and post that video later down the line. But for now, let's go ahead and put the bumper back on. Okay, that was a lot harder than I expected. It's definitely easier with 2 more people. But if you guys ever put the front bumper on for your very first time, I would say the tip is watch the clips at the bottom, because you're supposed to have them tucked in to the bumper, not I would say outside of the bumper. Just because everything does line up, and eventually when you get to these corners of the bumper, you're supposed to pull them back just a little bit over like this little black plastic clip, and eventually once you do that, everything lines up perfectly. But for now, you guys, we can go ahead and put the clips on, but let me show you something really first. So I don't know if you guys can see, but that little outline right there is the Greddy intake tube. So you're getting just full ram of air just going into the air box, and that's really cool. So I'm hoping to hear some good induction noises. So let's go ahead and put the clips back in. I probably won't film this part just because it's a pretty quick process. So I'll see you guys back when it's on the ground, then we can start it up. Alright you guys, car is back fully put together. Make sure all the clips, all the connectors for the side markers, and all the bolts go back to where they need to go. We actually only broke about 2 clips during this whole process, which is a good +1, just because these clips are a pain sometime and all the dirt at the bottom can cause them to break. But we're gonna go ahead and start it up. I'm gonna mount the camera down here somewhere. Hopefully you guys get some good induction noises. And afterwards, we'll go on a test drive once it stops raining. But for now, let's see how it sounds. Oh my god, you guys, I heard it all the way in the driver's seat. It is stupid loud and it sounds really good. I cannot wait to rip this on the highway. I wish you guys can see it and I wish you guys can hear it on the highway, but it's just raining so much today. So unfortunately I can't put the GoPro out at the moment, and it'll just be way too dark. So for now, just bear with me for a few days. I'll get you guys that footage, but that sounds insane. What is up, you guys? Welcome back. So a little change of plans that happened. So we were supposed to install the Greddy baffle plate into my oil pan on my GR86, but unfortunately your boy hurt himself the other day. So I'll make it short, but I was at the gym one morning and I was deadlifting and I actually popped something on my lower back, and it's called a lumbar muscle strain. So I ended up hurting my back, so I couldn't work on any cars until I was well enough. So unfortunately, I was hoping to get that installed by today, by at least before today, because I actually got some news for you guys. We are actually gonna go to a special tug run today with a couple friends of mine. So we are actually gonna go to Los Angeles to hit Angel's Crest Highway. If you guys didn't know, it's like one of the most high-speed, popular tug runs in California. A lot of people know about it. There's a lot of experienced and non-experienced drivers that go on there to test their limits. So we're actually going to be meeting up with a couple friends of mine to go to that tug run and test to see how the Greddy air duct does. Not only that too, I didn't get this on film, but if you guys follow my Instagram, we actually did drain my oil and swap over to Multiple OW Gen 3 oil, which is really good for these boxer engines. So I'm really excited to see how it's going to test out, because to be honest, this car has 52,000 miles on it, and it's the first generation of the RTV issue. So far, I didn't have any problems whatsoever, but I'm hoping today goes well. But pretty much, you guys, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be filming the interactions. I'm going to be filming us hitting the tug run. I will make a separate video of a POV footage from when I'm driving on the tug, so that's going to be on the next upcoming video. But for now, let's go meet up with my friends. Alright guys, we are at the meetup spot. We got the homies all settled up. I'll introduce you guys each of the cars. So we got Alex here with the FL5 Type R, John with his FG2 SI, obviously my GR86, Darren's 10 Gen SI, Mervin's FL5 Type R, and we got Rico's turboed. That's 1.5 liter. Other than that, we're just waiting on Sam, and afterwards we're gonna head over to the cruise spot and the resting spot. We're gonna do a little prep before we head out, but we will see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so we are at the first stop. We're just getting gas from everybody and taking a quick bathroom break. So we're still 45 minutes out till the tug run, so we still gotta do a little bit more of a drive, and then we gotta take one more rest stop, then afterwards we'll adjust all the air pressure and take all the camera footage. Alright you guys, so we are at the final rescue stop. We got Mervin and Sam right over here, and we got the rest of the team right back there. We're just gonna adjust our cars to what we're gonna need to attack this tug. I'm gonna be adjusting my air pressure and setting up my camera equipment. So I'm gonna set my PSI to 28 PSI, see how that's gonna do. Just because when the tires do get warm, they're definitely gonna increase in air pressure. But we gotta do this stuff really quick just because we are burning daylight extremely fast. So I'll see you guys on the tug run. Okay guys, so we are at the first stop. The first run went successful. I don't know if you guys saw on the footage, but we actually found a crashed BMW. Hopefully the owner is okay. Other than that, we're just taking a little rest stop, possibly gonna do some rollers with some of the guys' cars. But afterwards, we're probably gonna hit the tow run again. I'm probably gonna chase someone the next round. Just because John on the FG2SI was definitely on my ass. So I'm gonna let him go in front of me if he wants to. But so far so good, you guys. Everyone's doing really good and everyone's safe. So we'll see you guys in a bit. But I probably won't record this next session on my camera. You guys will have to wait in the POV footage once it's released. But I'll get you guys back as soon as we're done with the tow. Alright guys, so we have successfully made it back safely. Pretty much we end up getting a little scared because half our group got separated because we were supposed to meet up at a point, and it looks like we missed the point and we had to just bust the UE really quick, and I guess the other half team just kept going. So if you guys didn't know, at Angel's Crest there's no signal there at all. Like, we do have radios, but it only reaches up to 5 miles. So eventually the group got separated. We had to wait there for a little bit, and it was really cold and really windy, so it was a little bit scary. So we had to do like a little rescue mission. But as you guys can see, everyone is accounted for. Everyone made it back safely. So in the meantime, if you guys want to see that POV tow video, make sure you subscribe and give this video a like, because that's going to be coming soon. But with that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video here. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure to give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content coming up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.